Can you imagine what it must have felt like to be a team member with NASA, Jet Propulsion's labs, and the other partners when they saw the wheels of Perseverance rover actually touch the surface of Mars? Had to have been cheering that extended for long periods of time. Speaking of time, there must have also been a lot of moments of holding their breath and anxiety as they watched a lot of their theories and technique and the science actually put into practice for the very first time. Did you know that some of what they did had never actually been tested before? There was so much risk involved in this, and yet they succeeded. We're celebrating in our offices because Jet Propulsion's Labs was one of our clients a number of years ago when we sat down with 40 to 50 of their supervisors and managers for a 2-day workshop on communication skills and management, all the people stuff. I got to tell you, I felt a little out of place in that room because that place was packed with some really smart people. And I barely made it out of college taking only the minimum of science classes required. But we had a good time. On day 2, I remember something very specific that happened that was a little uncomfortable. We were working in the morning on a specific technique of conversation, of how to engage an individual who's a little reluctant to hear other people's perspectives. It's not like it ever happened at NASA or JPL, but it does happen generally all over the world and in all kinds of businesses. So we were working on it, and at their tables they were practicing a little bit of this methodology. About halfway through, a guy at the front table raised his hand and he asked a question. And he said, "Stephen, would this really work if," and he gave a scenario that was a little different and very relevant to their environment. And as he was thinking about it, I thought to myself that it really wasn't that complicated. So I spoke these words that as soon as came out of my mouth, I wished I'd never spoken. I looked at him and then across the room and I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't really rocket science." I was horrified. I said that in a room full of rocket scientists. I don't know what happened next, except for the fact that the room erupted in laughter. I don't know if they were laughing at me, laughing at the fact that my face probably turned incredibly bright red, or if they were laughing with me. But we did have a good laugh, and I learned some things. That sometimes we make our very best efforts, and we say things that come from a good place, but are probably not the most appropriate thing in the moment. And yet, we're human, and we can work with it and learn from it and not make it such a big issue. I want to encourage you to think about your goals and your interactions with others. Don't make it too complicated. Find ways to keep it simple. And if you make a mistake, it's okay to get a little red in the face. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to work through it and to work with the people along the way so that you can accomplish your greatest dreams, like landing a rover on Mars. I'm Stephen Iverson, and I want to encourage you to continue to make every effort you can to be a champion in the chaos.